setting up our new apartment unit together with my wife, especially the wood projects. So please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for the opportunity to present my icebreaker speech today in front of you. It's a nervous occasion, but I think I'll sail. My name is Nikhil Mehta, and as you all know by now, I come from Pune. It's a city 100 miles southeast of Mumbai. It's a big enough city, so I take it I come from a big enough city. But I've never felt comfortable growing up being contained in a small place, in a place. So I've always been attracted towards taking the path untrodden. Growing up in my hometown, I had this urge to explore and a healthy discomfort or contempt towards following the set norm. In other words, I felt like a frog in a well. And today, I'm going to talk about the story of this frog. I'm going to tell you a slice in the ear of this frog, yours truly, back when I was in a place called Bangalore. So let me begin. Imagine exploring the stars, sailing out on the sea in a voyage. What is common in these exotic sounding pastimes? To me, the answer was a city of Bangalore or Bengaluru. It's a city about 800 kilometers south from where I come from, Pune. It's a very special city for me because I was there in the year 2010, right after I finished my graduation, my bachelor's, and the city had a lot of surprise in store for me. It's a city, if you probably have not heard of it, it's a city where if you make a wrong bank transactions on Friday evening after getting too cozy with your Jack Daniels, will call you. It says 24/7 customer care support from Bank of America. How can I help you? That's the IT back end of India, hosting the customer care support. But what brought me to Bangalore was my passion for scientific thought and process. I'm interested, and I've always been interested in the subject of what's called as electromagnetics. In other words, the science of radio waves, the radio waves that which communicate on your phones. So I was interested in antennas and radio antennas. And I ended up finding myself in a research institute called Raman Research Institute in Bangalore. It's an institute which was founded by Professor C.V. Raman back in 93, who was India's first Nobel laureate in physics back in 1928. And the institute is founded by him, so it's called his name. And I have very good memories of the place at Raman Research Institute, or RRI. During the day, I remember during the day we would build radio antennae, which are basically like those long tubes. For example, the ones that you find on your old TV sets, the rabbit ear antennas. We could be building something as simple as sets of pipes, or the radio antenna could be as big dishes, which are used for mining looking out into the deep space and looking for stars and learning more about the evolution. So during the daytime we would be building them, and during the nighttime our electronic ears, so to say, would be perched like a dog hungry for a bone, and we would be expecting to get that one good signal that we all knew was representative of something, and then we would all get excited like paparazzi. Just like they get excited when they see the celebrities spreading out in full glory, except we were chasing real stars. But Bangalore and especially Raman Research Institute had a bit more in store for me. And this is where things got really exciting. Imagine a 15-foot long catamaran with a big sail and with big wind sail. And imagine on this, an 80-year-old captain, a 53-year-old astronomer turned organic farmer, a 37-year-old mathematician with 6 postdocs under his belt, a nondescript middle-aged man with a scrubbly beard and a stout frame, and yours truly. Yes, that was the motley crew of 6 of us when we set out to sail from Kochi, a naval base in South India, to Goa, the party town, as we all know. What's more interesting, even then, was this 80-year-old captain that I spoke about was Professor Radhakrishnan, who was the son of C.V. Raman, but he was also a world-renowned radio astronomer in his own right. I distinctly remember him asking me, Nikhil, why do you want to join us on this trip, on this sea voyage? I told him there is really no good reason not to join. So he said, come over. If you want adventure, I'll give you adventure. And that's how I joined the voyage. And of course, the story, I can go on and on about it. That'll be some other day. But there was a lot of adventure and activity during that time. What followed, basically, was a 350 nautical mile journey along India's western seaboard that was revealing and unique because it was largely uninteresting, yet interspersed with episodes of adventure. I say uninteresting, you might wonder why is it so? I say uninteresting because unlike a cruise experience, this was more of furling and unfurling the mainsail and the jib sail, raising and lowering the dagger boats on the side, tying and untying knots, refueling the onboard diesel generator, and trying to stay cool and dry in the sweltering heat and humidity without being allowed to take a shower because you don't have enough water on board, a clean supply of water on board. But it was exciting, it was adventurous, because when I remember I was donning the hat of the captain during the night shift. It was teeth gnawing when we were faced with the headwind and turbulent sea as we were motoring out into the port and almost hit the shallow floor. At one point, it was literally bobbing like an empty vessel in the open sea, having to fix the exhaust pipe and to get it working. It was a good journey. I consider my time in Bangalore in RRI a watershed year in my life. I met amazing people, pursued my academic leanings with care abandon. I discovered new hobbies and proposed new projects. Proposed new solutions to fix all the problems in the world, assuming you were as drunk as me in those nights staring at the sky. I went on a journey which offered me a unique experience not many can claim their own. In that sense, I think the frog was finally out of its well. Thank you.